So now taking a look at these compositions, we've got a lot of mobility from Xiaogu, what appears to be a fairly standard teamfight comp out of Game Talents.
Yeah, I would actually say, aside from the Singed, who can still come in, especially when you get the Righteous Glory, Randuin's Omen, things like that, super standard team fighting comp, Singed does come in towards late game and make it a 5-man based fighting composition, but if Kha'Zix can get the Singed going, Kha'Zix can get the Orianna going, then that team can snowball incredibly well, and Game Talent's strength is always going to be that late game team fighting, but it's not exactly your stock standard meta 2v2.
We'll certainly have to keep an eye on how that interaction works as we've loaded onto the Rift for game number 1 of our final day for this first week of the LPL. It's Xiaogu versus Game Talents. Now, Republic was able to clear the one in the river, but you know Doinby's just going to replace that the moment he gets a recall. And right now, Doinby's actually taking some damage down in CS. Snare lands. As you said, there goes the Ghost. Gets some more. Sonic Wave forces the Flash. And Republic also burns his Ghost, so that's 2 summoner spells for 1.
Yeah,
with those boots, he's on his way back, has level 6, and so too does Republic. Clid throwing towards
close.
the bottom
so minions will get him 6, which is what he was waiting for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a ward will spot him.
Ooh, Gimgoon trying to proxy. And is going to take some damage here from Kabe, but Clid's on the other side of the map, yeah. Gimgoon pops the ultimate, and Wu Shuang actually heads down to that side as the blue buff spawns.
Yeah, so being able to have 3 Dark Seals means that when he pops a potion, he'll regain a whole lot of health back. That and his ultimate giving increased health regeneration as a separate entity.
Oh, he got the Sonic Wave, but
but
spotted Wu Shuang out there. Leaps over the wall, stealths back and gets away from vision. Doinby Flash gets the snare. There's the Sonic Wave follow-up. First blood, but Shockwave finds Xiaogu to no avail. Return, going for that catalyst, so the standard Rod of Ages start. And Wu Shuang invades yet again.
I don't know if he wants to actually invade, though. He's just looking to cherry-pick minions and get some farm on the board, as Cloud's now up here also.
Ooh, the hook catches Savoki. That's exhaust, but Savoki's still going to take a lot. Gray Health is going to catch some damage. Clid is able to finish off Savoki as Xiaogu collapse and get a kill.
And this is good movement from Cloud. So Savoki, in typical fashion, will leave his lane quite often. He is pretty much just a Tahm Kench in a play-up as well as champion. But Cloud being able to rotate with him, hitting the hook is good news for QG.
2 waves ahead. This should balance it out to maybe a 10 or even a 9 CS difference as Doinby and Clid chase. They go right onto Gimgoon, who ghosts, but he doesn't have flash. He's going to be tossed back, which means Clid can't get the kick backwards into Doinby. Are they going to dive? Nah, Clid sets it up, but Doinby can't follow. Kabe going to teleport in. Savoki is going to take the ride on out of there. Doinby is still going to go in. He's going to be tanking the turret. That's a late teleport from Gimgoon. And the minion wave is only just now being cleared. Yeah, Kabe takes some big hits and is forced to back away from Savoki and Zubin as they chase him over the wall. Kabe flashes because he can't make it to the lantern, and Shockwave flings Kabe away, but he's still alive and still tanking as Game Talents chase him off.
An impossibly difficult tick of red buff stole that.
Quite unfortunate, but that's Cloud and Candy7 looking for Savoki again. He's got his flash, but Clid shows up, is going to get the insect back onto Savoki and cleans it right up. 3-0 Xiaogu. Doinby's going in again. He's got level 11, so gets the full range flash. Doinby chases. There's no mana on that Ashe, and Doinby is just going to walk it up. Here comes a stealth Kha'Zix, who suddenly regrets this. Doinby almost has the snare again, but Wu Shuang flashes to make it under his tier 2.
Clid aim. They already pushed that
top
lane.
Clid is about to face check, walks in. That's the Sonic Wave on Wu Shuang. And they managed to get the snare onto Savoki. He used his flash earlier. That's the gray health popped, but Clid follows up. Shockwave finds 2, and Clid with red buff is able to secure the kill onto Savoki. Clid chases forward. Flash kick onto Wu Shuang. He dies to Candy7 as the Infernal Drake respawns, and Xiaogu are 6-0.
And Clid's Lee Sin is what Ben 4 wishes his was, and it's less montage and more timed around a coordinated and very effective team. And that to me just screams what QG are right now. To 0.
Yeah. Can you really call them team fights though? I feel like Xiaogu are just finding, oh, Doinby gets hit from downtown. And Zubin and Republic are going to pick that up.
Yeah, that was a left-right good night.
That certainly was.
Doinby got put to sleep. It was an arrow and it was an afterthought, unfortunately. But the turret does go. And so that's a really good reactive play. And heads-up movement from Game Talents. Returns, they will die.
Yeah, they're chasing. That's the flash play. Savoki is the target, hooked in, keeping that Ashe locked down. Exhaust onto Doinby, late teleport out of Kabe. Means Savoki gives his life up so the rest of his team can escape. Gimgoon and Kabe both complete their teleport, and now it's 5v4 in the top lane.
And this is exactly as we expected. So Clit is still available, Ryze still has his ultimate, and they can look for collapses. But most importantly, I believe they'd want the turret. But to get that turret, they have to get through GT.
Doinby setting up the dive, doesn't actually take the Realm Orb. That pulls Zubin forward. Shockwave finds two, and immediately Wushuang follows up. Cloud is trying to get out. It's Kabe, Cloud, and Doinby, but Cloud will drop to Wushuang. He's snared and drops to Doinby's ambient AoE. This entire fight, he's been dishing out spells, and that ends up being a 3-for-3.
Game talent's what it takes. Republic can't get the blue buff.
Zubin can't refresh his red.
Unlucky. Oh, he went Knight's Vow. That's
Ooh, they're getting on to Republic now. Point and click snare is one way to do it, along with the hook. Xiaogu find a pick. Teleport is completed for Kabe. Gimgoon starts his and cancels it. Xiaogu are 5v4 and are going to start this Baron.
Yeah, kicking the Baron buff off. Game talents are aware of this, but with no Orianna, no Shockwave, and a lot of damage, this is pretty much already gone.
Yeah, burned through with the early Mountain Drake and that Sivir. While it's flashed over the wall, Wushuang leaps but dies. Already get over to Baron faster than Xiaogu.
Ghost and ult.
Oh, there goes Xiaogu chasing forward. Wushuang is caught and will be kicked back in. That's the cleanup by Candy7 as Clit is able to kite it forward, and Shubin is going to be dropped. Now that's 2 members of Game Talents dead to the 5 of Xiaogu. They've got minions pressing in just about all 3 lanes except mid. Thank you, Gimgoon. And they could be looking to end this.
And this is what they've got going for them. So they go back towards the middle lane. There is no minions, which means they're beelining straight to the Baron buff.
Yeah.
And the reason that they are prioritizing this Baron buff, to answer your question earlier, is because sieging against an Orianna is impossible when she has everything available, including the Shockwave. Her wave clear instantly clears it.
Yeah.
Gimgoon had the other lane controlled. Ashe is hard to siege into. Tahm Kench will keep them alive. So they need this advantage. They need this big buff to empower the minions to do most of the work themselves.
And he's going to do huge damage. Finally, you see Shubin getting back up. Kabe going to be dropped into the back line. They're going to have a tough time bringing him down as the rest of Xiaogu drop the inhibitor turret. The first to fall as the minions now stream in. And the inhibitor crumbles behind it.
As simple as having the Baron buff. Doinby very cleverly uses his ult and needs to be careful of Gimgoon.
Ooh, that hook almost hits Republic, but the Shockwave resets it. Wushuang jumps in. Redemption going to heal Xiaogu back up, but they just have so many raw stats. Gimgoon drops, but he's got the GA. Wushuang going to be cleaned up by Candy7 as he's got some help from Clit. That's a triple kill, and Gimgoon is going to watch as the rest of his base falls to pieces before him. Xiaogu, 18-4. 16,000 gold ahead, are going to take game number 1 over Game Talents.
This is a pretty clear-cut performance, honestly, from QG. First game into the LPL, they never looked like they were going to lose that game. They never even looked at danger of falling behind against Game Talents.